Hi, I'm Jennifer Branch. Today for our Christmas card, we're painting a charming cottage down a winding path. Beautiful light in the window. Let's paint. I'm using Strathmore watercolor cards, like all these Christmas cards, in this batch anyways. Nice yellow background, let that dry, and then going with some cadmium red. I'm wanting light in the window, and yeah, this one's a little sappy, but it's Christmas. Christmas cards. Nah, I'm having fun. Some orange paint, more cadmium red, and that really shows up over the Azo Yellow. Now this is really going to be about oranges, golds, and purples. So Cobalt Violet, and that mixes beautifully. And I want the cottage to stand out a lot, so I'm painting around it with the Cobalt Violet. Cobalt Violet will dry a lot lighter than you put it on, so put it on heavy. Going all around the cottage. This is a backlit scene, so I need to keep in mind where the light's coming from. It's coming from behind the cottage, but I still want the roof of the cottage to kind of glow. So that makes it a little bit more tricky because the light's coming from the cottage and from the sun setting in that golden glow behind the cottage. Now I've put down more Cobalt Violet. This involves a couple more layers just because the purple cobalts dry so much lighter. So I did have to do an extra layer or two. If you're going to do an extra layer or two in between any layer on these watercolor cards, they're great. They're handy little cards. They're not very expensive, so you can use as many as you want and not worry about it. But let it dry in between each wash. Absolutely, completely bone dry. Use your hair dryer if you're in a hurry. I have done several sets of my Christmas cards thinking, ooh, I haven't sent out Christmas cards yet, and lined them up in a row, had a fan going, and painted one wash as the other one was drying at the other end. So, have fun. But always let the layers dry in between because otherwise the paint will start peeling up. Now, as I said, this is golden color and then the deep purpley violets. So I'm going to have some Cobalt Blue because that, of course, goes well with the Cobalt Violet and gives me a little bit more dark without being quite as harsh as like an ultramarine would be at this stage. Now, the purple and orange is quite enough contrast. Always remember where the light's coming from. It's coming from back behind that cottage. So I need the shadows on the trees go from the backlight. Nickel Azo Yellow, perfect for the goldy color. Mixes great with the violet. Some bright cadmium red on the cottage roof. And it's all looking a little harsh at the moment, but remember, when it dries, it will dry half as dark. So we'll really get that sunlit feeling then. Now I want to darken around there. Because the cottage is backlit. Even with the lights in it, that wall's backlit, so it's pretty dark. Just breaking up that line a little bit. Those trees are drawing me out of the painting, and so I want to stop them before they do. Directing my viewer's eye. And I'm just having fun with this one. I'm using really bright colors. It's a tiny little card. It works. Pick the wildest colors you can on this. I want the bright orange from the setting sun and those deep purple shadows. Sunlit side of the tree would glow orange. And now I'm just making things up out of my head. I'm having fun. I'm playing. That's what paint's about, just playing lots with your paints. Redefine some of those bright, bright oranges. Some highlights on the snow there. Now I've let it completely dry. And you have to have a snowman. I mean, doesn't an adorable little cottage lit like that? It needs a snowman, I'm sure. But you see how much lighter those colors dried. Now I want some reflections from the snow on the snowman. Otherwise it looks like I just pasted it on. And now I'm going in with some ink. And I'm going to get a couple strong darks, redefining a couple edges, really just scribbling, loosening it up a little bit. And, you know, the snowman has to have buttons and smile and stuff. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it inspires you to paint your own holiday cards. Please visit my website for materials and more 12 days of Christmas cards. May joy be with you and your family this Christmas. Happy painting!